Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Nice. Good morning and welcome back to day 2 of the International Blue Carbon and Wetlands Conference. Today, I am your Master of Ceremonies. My name is Isaiah Williams. I am a project management consultant at the Inter-American Development Bank, and I'm just happy to be in the presence of so many intelligent and beautiful people. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. So I hope you had a chance to rest, to reflect, and maybe even continue some of the rich discussions that were started on yesterday through the presentations and the poster sessions. Just to recap, on yesterday, we explored technology driving research in blue carbon, we examined pathways to accreditation, and tackled the critical challenge of bridging science, policy, and practice. The message was clear. And the message was that blue carbon is no longer a niche concept. It's a viable and scalable climate solution. Day 2 is about translation and traction. Today, we would learn more about active blue carbon projects, the science generating data for decision making, and how these projects can deliver benefits for ecosystems, communities, and economies. We will also hear from the UK Blue Carbon Fund projects and take a look at how standardization and MRV systems strengthen credibility and generate outputs that can directly bolster accreditation efforts. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. I said I must really take a note and say that because normally, after a day of activities, by day 2, persons are no longer here psychologically. But from the look of things, you are present. So thank you for being present. Thank you for bringing your expertise, your curiosity, and your commitment to this work. So let's lean into conversations, ask hard questions, and focus on solutions that are credible, inclusive, and ready for implementation. But before we get into all of that, I would like to welcome the Acting Director of the St. Augustine Centre for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, the University of the West Indies. Let's put our hands together as we welcome Ms. Cheryle Tewarie as she gives us Day 2 welcome remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Isaiah, I have to give him another round of applause because that energy was contagious. Thank you so much. And he's made my opening a little shorter as well. So, His Excellency John Dean, British High Commissioner to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, His Excellency Saijun Kwan, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Julian Belgrave, Country Representative of the Inter-American Development Bank in Trinidad and Tobago, Professor Rosemary Bell-Antwine, Campus Principal and Pro-Vice Chancellor, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Mr. Carlos Eduardo Correa Escaf, Mangrove Breakthrough Ambassador and former Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development of Colombia, representatives of international and regional development partners, members of the media, distinguished speakers, researchers, practitioners, conference participants, ladies and gentlemen, hello, good morning, and welcome. And I'd like to give you all a round of applause, too. Thank you very much, as Isaiah has mentioned, for coming with your thoughts, your inputs, your discussions, your positions for day 2 of this conference. I'll just do a quick recap yesterday of the sessions. I think the sessions covered, they were so dynamic and covered a myriad, a multitude, but related set of information and discussions and points. None the least of which is a need for rigorous science and research to validate data, having an independent verification and validation body, the role of civil society and policymakers. Many times when we do this type of work, we get very much embedded and engrossed in our own research, our own work, because that is what drives researchers, like much of us here. But remembering and not omitting civil society, communities, policymakers from very early on in the process, that's usually one of a key success factor. Today, you will hear many interesting themes where we to look at nationally determined contributions. What does that mean for each of our countries, for our region? And of course, and I hope we will take a look at some of the challenges that we face in terms of what does NDCs mean for each of our countries. Sorry. I won't speak much because I know that everybody is very excited to start and get into day 2. But I just have to make a quick plug, if I may, for the community of practice. Those of you here, how many of you are part of our community of practice, know of our community of practice? Well, by the end of my 10-second push for the community of practice, you will all know about it, and hopefully we will hear from you all. So the community of practice was launched as part of this project as a sustainability mechanism, which we hope will endure and persist beyond the life of this project. And really what it is a group of like-minded people, like everyone in this room, for those here in this room, and of course for everyone online. And I know there are quite a lot of you online, so thank you for joining as well. To become a part of the community of practice and to share your data, to share your information, your knowledge, your thoughts, and even experiments with the community of practice as we continue to move this MRV system onward outside of March 2026. So with that, I will not delay any longer. I'll hand you back over to Isaiah, and I wish you all a very exciting day 2. Thank you.